Arsenal 4, Leicester City 2. Yes, people, why football in? Arsenal start the season 6 for 6. 2 wins out of 2, the perfect possible start. And we're here to talk about the game as we always do. If you're new around and you love Arsenal and football related content, this is a place for you. Make sure you subscribe down below on my road to 1,000 subscribers. 6 goals, a bit of a thriller, but Arsenal did come away with the win. I'm going to start by saying we started, and as Leicester started as well, quick. It was a hot game, very hot here in London. So I was expecting the players to maybe not be as at it at the start, maybe reserve some energy. But both teams were at it, going at each other. Very gung-ho start. And Arsenal did take the lead through Gabriel Jesus. What a goal, man. The way he just dug it out, passed Ward into the back corner. What a start to Gabriel Jesus' life at Arsenal Football Club. And he literally summarised it with that goal there. He then got a second goal. Corner whipped in, flicked on by, I think, Jamie Vardy, and Jesus was at the back post, headed in. I said in my previous reaction, watch Jesus, he always hangs around the back post, and he got his reward today with the goal. That was it going into half time, although Leicester had a penalty shout with Vardy when Ramsdale came out and clattered into him, did not end up touching him, ends up VAR getting involved and saying, no, it's not a penalty. Good job by VAR there, intervening in the right manner to get rid of that penalty because it was a dive by Jamie Vardy. That was 2-0 heading into half-time. Coming out in the second half, Leicester did score. It was really unfortunate. It was my guy, William Saliba. It was whipped in across, and then Justin James heading it back across, I believe. And then William Saliba headed it past into the back of the net. It's really, really unfortunate. Not much he could have done, to be honest, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. We do end up conceding a goal there, but then we hit straight back through Granit Xhaka. Ward again, terrible goalkeeping from him. Whipped in, he spills it. Then Jesus, I think he's actually trying to make space for himself to score. Doesn't matter. He shifts onto his right peg, but Xhaka's there to clean it up and whip it into the middle of the goal to make it 3-1 to the Arsenal. Leicester hit back again to make it 3-2. Madison this time on the right side of the box drills it. Ramsdale has to do better. Goes through his legs basically. And that was 3-2. Nervy again. Or not, because Martinelli scores. He deserved his goal, Martinelli as well. Energizer Bunny this whole match. Wins the ball back. Then plays it over to Ødegaard. Over to Jesus. Then Jesus back to Martinelli. And outside the box, left foot just crosses it across the goal. Past Ward. Into the back of the net, off the post even, and that made it 4-2, and that was all she wrote. Arsenal take another 3 points in a brilliant start to this Premier League season for them. I'm going to say overall though, I like our balance. This team, we look better, and even I want to say the players we took that came on off the bench, even their quality, Tomiyasu quality, Tierney quality, Smith Rowe quality, and Nketiah is looking decent as well. It's a really good balance to our squad, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Arsenal Football Club, to be honest. It's about time we had this. We're making subs that are actually impacting the game, rather than making subs that, and you're looking like the team's getting worse as soon as we bring someone on. That's a really important factor. One thing I do want to say is, we're really gung-ho. Sometimes in that first half when we were attacking, we got caught out, and it was a foot race between Saliba and Vardy. If Madison could have played the ball slightly better, or whoever it was, Tielemans, Kieran Dewsbury Hall, whatever his name is, they could have been in Leicester. So I feel sometimes we commit too many bodies forward. But other than that, we look good. We look really excited in attack. And we look like we can break teams down when they do use a low block. Another player that really stood out for me today was Granit Xhaka. Of course, this season we know he started to be a bit more of an advanced role, a bit of a number 8, box to box. I like that from him. Because when he's around the box, sometimes he makes mistakes. He was the player that made the mistake when Leicester almost scored in the first few minutes through Fofana. I like him going box to box. He's a commanding player. And he complements the side that has a lot of strength and kind of height as well. This is like a powerful Arsenal side. We're not just a technically gifted side. We've got the likes of Saliba, Gabriel, Partey, Xhaka, Ben White. These are tall people. These are strong people. We've got good balance in our squad. We're not just technically gifted players. We're players that can put in a challenge, win some headers as well. And that's really nice to see. And Xhaka complements that because he's actually a really good technically gifted player, even though he's got the strength and the size to kind of compete as well in that side to physically dominate opposition players as well. So I'd say the 3 players that stood out for me were the 3 Gs. Granit Xhaka, Gabriel Martinelli, and of course Gabriel Jesus. Martinelli, just for the fact that he's just an absolute energizer bunny, man. Duracell settings. He's literally got batteries in him for days. Long life lasting batteries. He took on Fofana in like the first 10 minutes, an £80 million centre-back according to Chelsea, by the way, and Leicester. Rinsed him, had him on ropes, got Fofana a yellow card within about 15-20 minutes. Then it was basically game over for Fofana because he knew he makes one more challenge and he's off. And he almost did on Martinelli again, but ref didn't call it. So that was really good from Martinelli there. I love the way he takes on players. I love players that are willing to commit to other footballers, and he did that brilliantly today. Also, do want to say a big shout out to, of course, Gabriel Jesus, a goal scorer. Exactly what we needed. He scored 2 today. If I'm honest, he probably could have scored 4 or 5. He had 3 clear-cut chances he didn't score. 2 in the first half and 1 in the second half as well when he hit the post. But look, he scored 2 today. I can't complain. He got a brace. He would be gutted himself if he didn't get a hat-trick because I think he's that type of player that wants to score as many goals as he can get. But the main thing was he got on the score sheet, and that is what mattered. And of course, I want to say unfortunate to Saliba. It's really sad to see him concede, to be honest, because look, he's a really good player, but it's just unfortunate. It's one of those things he needs to pick his heads up. Hopefully, he's got a good support network around him at Arsenal that can lift him up and say, look, it is what it is. You defended brilliantly the rest of the game. Just pick your head up. It didn't affect the result. We go again next week, and that's what I want to see. I'm going to end, of course, as I always do, with my player ratings. In goal, and Ramsdale, 6 out of 10 for me. Really subpar performance in terms of that second goal he conceded, and he looked a bit shaky. Even when it wasn't a foul on Jamie Vardy, I felt like he was still a bit rash just running into it. Of course, he got the benefit of the doubt because he didn't touch him, but yeah, he just looked a bit rash today. So I'm going to give 6 out of 10 for Ramsdale. Right back, Ben White. Once again, not a brilliant right back. It's not his number 1 position, but he did the job, and that's exactly what we needed to see from him. So I'll give him a 7 out of 10 today. Next to him, Saliba, also 6 out of 10. Defended brilliantly, but did score no goals, so I do have to bring him down a rating. Gabriel next to him, brilliant game, 8 out of 10 for me. He's an absolute rock in defence. Next to him, Zinchenko, also an 8 out of 10. I love the way he comes into midfield and Xhaka slots in even further forward or sometimes even left back as well. He's playing multiple positions, Zinchenko. We're playing a very positionless type of formations here at Arsenal Football Club. I like to see, and I think Zinchenko's having the time of his life playing for Arsenal. The midfield, these lot dominated today. Thomas Partey, 8 out of 10, brilliant performance. And Granit Xhaka next to him, 8.5 out of 10. Scored his goal and looked box to box the whole time, dominating figure. Further forward, Ødegaard, also a brilliant game from him, 8 out of 10, got on the ball, shifting it, always a presence. He's the heartbeat of our team and he showcased it again today. Next to him, Bukayo Saka. Wasn't Saka's greatest game, sometimes a little quiet, but did what he needed to do, put in some good crosses overall. I'll give Saka a 7 out of 10. Then the 2 players that stood out for me, Gabriel Martinelli, 9 out of 10, and Gabriel Jesus, 9 out of 10 as well. In terms of subs, Tomiyasu came on, didn't really have much to do. I'll give him a 7. Same with Tierney, and then Smith Rowe and Nketiah barely had anything to do, so I'm not really going to rate them. But overall, boys and girls, Arsenal 2 for 2. 2 wins in a row to start the season. Brilliant. We now move on to another favourable fixture against Bournemouth that I'm hoping we win again. As always, if you enjoyed this match reaction and love Arsenal, be sure to subscribe down below. And let me know your thoughts of the game in the comment section. I'd love to hear it. I've been White Football and I hope to see you lot in the next video.